me, but people find me, send me messages, videos, photos, things. It's like...
So pleased that they've got my messages. I mean, come on, guys, own up. Who's been sending him dirty pictures? Come on. Woohoo! Series 10, right? So straight away, best thing ever. The announcer's back, and he's more demented than ever.
Behemoth Flipper.
Like, okay, right, so Series 8, you know, it's pretty weird. Series 9, it was getting weirder. Series 10, apparently, it's really weird. Is this going to go on indefinitely? This is what I'm excited about. You know, maybe we get 5 more series, and then 5 series down the line, he's just like, like, what is it going to be? We just don't know. Best thing ever. Get out of the way straight away. So we've got a new format, and I really like this, actually. This redemption battle thing is a really good idea. There was too many times in both these new series of the reboots where you've had a really cool, exciting looking robot and it's gone out sort of pretty much instantly, and sort of that's it, that's your one chance. Hobgoblin being the one that springs to my mind straight away. But with this, you get a second chance even if you lose, which is awesome because, you know, sometimes things just don't go your way in the first one, and if you get another battle, maybe you can show it. In this heat, obviously, you had Apocalypse, and obviously they went out because their axe wasn't working, essentially. But then because of the redemption battles, we got to see them, and their axe was fully working the next time, so that was good. So you just got to see like the robot's full potential, as it were, which is nice. And obviously I'm looking forward to the 10-way battle. Like, I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. Whoever came up with that idea, like, mic drop, that's the best. Generally the camera angles just look a little bit more, they can keep track. There was a couple of times last series when maybe the robots weren't quite in frame during some of the action, and they sort of just got the aftermath almost. But with this, they just seem to keep track a lot more. Maybe that's just, you know, good luck in the first episode or whatever. But and the new mounted cameras on the house robots, they're nothing short of artwork. They just look beautiful, particularly Dead Metal, which, let's be honest, is the coolest looking robot, always has been. I'm surprised it can still move. It's got so many GoPros hanging off it, but they just look so cool. And such a unique angle for like some of the action. As well, we've got like improved graphics. I'm liking the cheesy like boom turn around to the camera, arms folded. That's a good bit of fun. And also the battle reactions from the judges and the presenters, which again is good because, you know, these are sort of, you know, well, especially the judges are like, you know, you want to know what they're thinking a lot of the time. You know, that's quite handy. And again, it just shows how everyone involved in this show really cares about it, you know. Like, the presenters could be, you know, out the back having a cigarette, like, this is a load of bollocks, in it. That's my Angela Scanlon impression. But instead, you know, they're there, they really, you know, getting into it and caring, which is awesome to see. And I love the angle that the judges are portrayed at, just this like heavenly like plinth with the judges on it. Spectacular. Also, I love the way they, after a couple of battles, they walked into the arena. Which is cool because, again, I've always saying this in all my videos, but I love this sense of scale it's given when you see some people or something recognizable next to some of the robots. And I think that's quite important as well for newcomers. If someone's like, because I think a lot of the people, if I've mentioned at work, like, oh, I love Robot Wars, blah, 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 then they'll be like, why, it's just little remote control cars, you know, it's like, and I'm like, they're not little, like, believe me. And I think if someone like just, you know, happened to watch this first episode and saw the people walking next to like Kill-A-Lot or Dead Metal, they're probably like, holy crap, they are like 18 times bigger than I thought they were. And maybe I'll watch some more of this. So I think that's good for like potential new audiences. Fog of War, it'll be interesting to see if that actually is used by any of the competitors, if you see what I mean. Like, it's hard to see what it's for, but it looks kind of cool. Yeah, something different. See how it goes. Sadly, the arena did still fail, but whereas last series we had the pit dropping slightly and stuff like that, annoying things, this time we had a jet-propelled spike just projectiling its way through the arena, which was, yeah, probably, I'd imagine the special effects guys were like, oh god, but yeah, very entertaining. So yeah, still messing up, but entertainingly so. Okay, right, so on to the competitors. So we had Donald Thump. Yeah, weird. I quite like the team. I like his very accurate gestures that he gave. And the actual spinner on Donald Thump itself, the robot, was actually pretty decent, to be honest. I was quite impressed by that. We also had Sabretooth back, and I really like the look of this new robot. The drum just, it didn't quite do enough for me, if you know what I mean. Like, and it kept sort of breaking down a little bit, and I was ashamed. Again, I get these drum spinners. I get my hopes up so much for these, and I really shouldn't. But it was good fun, and they still had some really decent battles, especially against the Swarm, knocking out all of them essentially. That was pretty cool. And I loved watching Gabe in the booth. Basically, it's like the polar opposite of John Reed last series, like, wait for a good hit, blah, blah, blah. And then this one was just like, smash them into the wall! Like, it was just, amazing to watch. I love watching someone get, properly infused by something like that. We also had Apocalypse in there with the axe, and like I said, it was good to get the second chance to see the axe in action, because it was actually a really decent axe. It was quite accurate, seemed to keep going. The side axes seemed pretty much pointless as far as I can tell. They seemed to just sort of wave around vaguely, but apparently they were an add-on for the show anyway, so maybe they just just to make it look more exciting maybe. So onto the Swarm, and that was surprisingly effective actually. You sort of think the little ones, they're not going to stand a chance. The spinner was dealing out some reasonable punishment, and it was chucking, like even the massive behemoth was like getting sort of pushed away when hit by the spinner, and it was quite like you could see both house robots and competitors were sort of a bit, which one do I go for? Which I guess is part of the tactic. I'd love to see basically 4 of those ones with those spinners. Like, imagine that, just like as one was spinning up to full speed, the other 3 could be going into it, or whatever. Like, that could be quite cool. But it was good to see them like sort of working as a team, using the cluster bot to its advantage to right one of them by pushing it onto the floor flipper. That was quite cool to see. And I really hope they come back. But like I say, with more effective weaponry, that'd be great. And Apollo were back, and they were just like, there's such a solid robot, just like really fast, really maneuverable, insane flipper. Yeah, their flip on one of the members of Swarm over the plexiglass, just like sailing into the air. It was just majestic. It was beautiful. And of course, Behemoth. So chuffed for them to win. They've like worked so hard, and obviously all the shit that Ant got last season. That's so cool that they won, and it was a really that battle between them and Apollo was one of the best ones of the whole reboot so far. I think it was so like back and forth, and when they finally got it in, you could see the whole team just absolutely just like it was just a beautiful moment. So really pleased for their win. And it's good to have a first episode of the series which doesn't sort of rely on a massive destructive spinner. It's good that they've got the confidence now to say, like, we just want to show some really decent battles. That's why people want to watch this. It's not just, to watch stuff get shredded apart. Although that is obviously quite a big part of it now I think about it. But you know what I mean. And so something else notable about this episode, for me at least, is that I'm actually in it. Yay! So I went to see the filming, this series. And yes, I'm in frame. You can tell it's me. It's not just like a little pixel like I was last time. So it's up to you guys, though, to spot where that is. A little competition or whatever. You don't win anything except the knowledge that you are the best at spotting an obscure YouTuber on a brief bit in a show. So I was there for filming. I actually saw some of the special episode ones, and I actually saw the grand final of this series, and some of the fights leading up to it. So I do actually know who wins and stuff. That didn't actually detract from me for this episode actually, but I'm going to avoid sort of, I hope these do well, or hopefully we'll see more from them. I'm just going to review the battles in the episodes and the competitor's performance in that episode, because otherwise I might well give something away without even meaning to. But that's just so you know that. But I've got a video all about seeing the filming. I finished editing that about 4 months ago, and I've just realised that these specials might not even air till Christmas, and it contains spoilers for those specials. Therefore, I might not actually even be able to upload this for another 3 months. But never mind, eventually that video will come out. And I've also got some battles that I filmed from this series, which I will upload obviously once they've aired. And I'm really excited about uploading them because they're good battles. Look out for them as well. And hopefully I'll be keeping up these reviews. I work shifts and stuff, and I so much stuff going on, but I will try my utmost to get them within a few days of the episode airing. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and bring on episode 2. Woohoo! Yeah, see you later. Woohoo! Apparently. Bye!
Come up your backside.